Now then, I'm Wayne, thanks for joining me for another video. This time I'm going to be looking at one of these colour flipping paints. This one's by a brand called Turbo Dork. Now I've heard of these guys, I haven't actually used any of the paints before, so this is going to be an interesting one. Now a lot of the manufacturers at the moment seem to be coming out with their own versions of these colour flipping paints. I personally never saw a use for them, specifically in my hobby. You may have your own, but I started painting some insect carapaces, and this turquoise to purple browny colour would fit that perfectly. Now I was lucky enough to catch the guys from Turbo Dork down at UKGE, and I took a look at some of the paints that they had on their stand, and I have to say I was really impressed. So I picked this one up, it's called 3D Glasses, and I thought I'd give it a go. Now it does say on the instructions it's got some very specific usages. And one of the great things about this as well is it's got an agitator built into the bottle, so that's great. That you have to put it over a black base. Now, talking to the guys on the stand, they showed me it over some other colour bases, and I couldn't quite believe the effects they got. So, picked it up, and now here we are, a month or so later, and I've got around to using it, and to be honest, I'm really impressed with it. So what I thought I'd do is I'd try applying this with both brush and airbrush over a couple of different finishes, matte and gloss, black and white. Now like I say, it does say quite specifically here in the instructions, use it over black, but well, let's throw caution to the wind and come up with something and see how it works. Let's have a play, let's have an experiment. It's going to be a good one. Right, let's crack on. A big shout out to my wife for making the suggestion of using nail polish colour swatch things that she kindly supplies me with for testing my colours out rather than wasting models. Absolutely fantastic idea. Apparently you can pick these up from anywhere you buy nail polish, I guess. Anyway, so colours wise we're going to use gloss white, gloss black, matte white and matte black. I've gone ahead and pre-primed these just using a rattle can. What I'm going to do here is keep the convex side of these for the airbrushed applications and the concave side for the brush applications. First thing I'm going to get down to is preparing this paint for the airbrush. So I'm going to put a little bit thinner, a little bit of flow improver, get the paint in there and give it a good old mix around. First thing that you notice is just how amazing this colour looks. It's absolutely stunning to watch, it's mesmerising. I possibly enjoyed mixing it a little bit more than I should have done, to be honest. It was fascinating. So got it in the airbrush, and as the same with the brush, I gave, as per the instructions, everything 4 coats of this stuff. So thin coats, putting it over, and it really does make a difference. It built up absolutely fantastically. Brushing it on the white wasn't anywhere near as nice as the black. Brushing it on the black was nice in the airbrush. It was just mesmerising again. I just couldn't get over this stuff. Right, okay then, so what did we think? Well, I think it's fair to say that the airbrushed application of it looks stunning. This is straight away over the matte black, and it looks absolutely just glorious. The way it hits the light, it's exactly the type of finish that I wanted. It's got that insect feel, almost Geiger-esque, alien, xenomorph kind of vibe to it. Now here we see it over the gloss. It does have a more rich finish to it to my eye. I'm not saying it's a huge difference, it's really not, but for me, I really enjoyed it over black, over the gloss black. I mean, looking at them side by side, it's hard to see. I'm not sure the camera's picking it up. In person, there is definitely more of a richness, more of a sheen that comes through from the gloss blacked version. But I think it's whichever one you choose to do it over, it's absolutely great. Now let's take a look at it over the white, shall we? Now, this is an interesting one. It's a mother of pearl kind of effect. It looks textured. It's very odd to see, but it does have something appealing about it. That was the matte version, and we see it again here with the gloss version. It's definitely got a richer finish to it. Again, it does look like there's some texture in there, but I really like this finish. It's so interesting how over a different colour, it's a totally different colour. That made no sense, but you know what I mean. I mean, it's gone from well, I can't even describe it. It's just nuts, but I love it. It's definitely better over the gloss to my eye again here. Now we've taken a look at the airbrushed version of it, let's take a look at the brushed on version. So again, we've got the matte version on the left and the gloss version on the right. I have to admit, it went on much better with the brush than I was expecting. There is a slight difference. I would say the actual finish is slightly more noticeable on the brushed version. Perhaps that's because I didn't thin the brushed version down, so there's a higher density of the pigments in there. Perhaps, I don't know. There is a definite difference between them. The way that it shines in the light is there's more of the blue evident in the brushed on version than there is with the airbrushed version. So I think it's fair to say with these, regardless of whether you airbrush it or brush it on over the black, you get a fantastic finish, no qualms. Now, different story with the white. Brushing it on, it's clear that you've got the brush marks. I actually put 2 additional coats on here as well, so that's 6 coats over the white. Compared to the airbrush over white, we did get that interesting, different, kind of almost textured mottled effect. But with the actual brush, I'm not sure how many coats I would have to do to get that nice smooth finish, regardless of whether it is over the black or the matte. It just didn't cover anywhere near as well. Well, that's over the testing stick things. Let's have a look at it on a model and see how those things work out. So this is one of my work in progress minis. So here we see the 3D glasses over the carapace of this Puscoil Blightlord, and it looks absolutely stunning in the decent light here. I mean, it flips from blues to golds to silvers to that purple, and then on the wings we see it here over white, and all I've done is a fade from white to a sepia and then covered it over the top with the 3D glasses. So this is all the same shade from Turbo Dork. It just looks absolutely stunning, with a little bit then of hedge highlighting using a chrome just to pick out the details there. It just really makes the miniature pop. Now it's going to be much darker. Like I say, this is a work in progress, so the actual skin tone is going to be much darker. The overall model will be much darker, but I'm not going to touch any of these, I suppose the metallics now of the carapace or the wings. They're pretty much done, and I could not be happier. I think this looks absolutely stunning, guys. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. I'd be really interested to know what you think. Have you tried any of the other Turbo Dork colours? I would love to know. I'd love to try some more. What are you using them for? So there we have it. I'm done. The Turbo Dork 3D glasses, colour flipping paint. I wasn't certain about it. I'm so glad I've given it a try. I really do want to try some of the other paints in the range. Now they've got a massive selection. I'm trying to find somewhere local to pick them up. They are totally great. I would strongly recommend them if you want to have this sort of effect in your army or on any of your minis. If you made it this far in the video, thanks very much for watching, guys. If you're not already, please do give me a subscribe. If you liked the video, definitely do give me a subscribe and hit that thumbs up. It really does help, especially after not making videos for such a long time. Thanks very much for watching. Definitely interact with me. Follow me on Instagram. Hit me up on Twitter. That's it, guys. Alright, I'll see you in the next one. You didn't think I was going to say it, did you? But if you're going to do crack, make sure it's plastic. See ya.